quit notice to Igbo people. Osinbajo talks tough in meeting with Arewa, vows to punish troublemakers. Acting President Osinbajo has vowed to deal decisively with those causing trouble in the country through hate speeches. The acting president said this in response to the quit notice issued to Nigerians of Igbo extraction residing in the northern part of the country. He insisted that the time has come for Nigerians to be more united. Com earlier reported of the meeting between the acting president and major stakeholders from the northern and eastern part of the country. The acting president on Tuesday began consultations with leaders of thought from the north and warned that the government would deal decisively with persons who make hate speeches or attempts to disrupt the peace of the country. The meeting was sequel to the calls for secession by youth from different ethnic groups in the country, resulting in some asking others to vacate their enclave before October. The acting president noted that that was not what the country desired at this time and urged those involved to desist or face the full weight of law. This is not the time to retreat behind ethnic claims. Acting President Osinbajo vowed to deal decisively with those causing trouble in the country through hate speeches. Moments like this are not for isolating ourselves, and I want to urge all of us who are here and of course the entire Nigerian populace that it is a time for us to come together and to work together. As a government, we are of course determined to ensure the unity of the country along the lines of our constitution. I want to say that hate or divisive speech, or divisive behavior, where it is illegal, will be met with the full force of the law. And I want to ensure that there is no doubt of the resolve of government to ensure that no one will be allowed to get away with making speeches that can cause division, or that can cause violence. Especially because when we make these kinds of pronouncements and we do things that can cause violence or disruption of lives and property, those who make those speeches are no longer in control. I want to just emphasize that government will take very seriously any attempts to cause violence or to disrupt the peace of this country. The acting president said that the warning was very important because we cannot control violence once it begins. The acting president recalled that in the past few weeks there were louder noises from the youth population which the leaders should not condone. According to him, there are people who may deride such speeches and others who may say that the hate speeches which show intolerance and promote division are not important and should be ignored. The meeting was sequel to the calls for secession by youth from different ethnic groups in the country, resulting in some asking others to vacate their enclave before October. Osinbajo however noted that it was important that the leaders should address the issues quickly, bearing in mind their exposure to the history of the country. He said it was important that the leaders gave some direction to the youth as to how best they should express grievances. He said that the country's defining strength was the constitutional provision which called the country a sovereign nation under God. Osinbajo however noted that it was important that the leaders should address the issues quickly, bearing in mind their exposure to the history of the country. According to him, there is no homogeneous society in any part of the country due to the residence of people from other parts on the country and other places. He said that every form of hate speech of stone thrown in the market would hit people they were not intended. He said that God will help the country to be a place the people will be proud of, and said it was a duty to the next generation to hand over to them a peaceful and prosperous nation. I want to just emphasize that government will take very seriously any attempts to cause violence or to disrupt the peace of this country. Those at the meeting were the Senate President, Bukola Saraki, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogaro, Chief of Defense Staff, General Gabriel Olanishaikan, Chairman of Arewa Consultative Forum and former Inspector General of Police, IGP, Ibrahim Kamasi, Professor. Ango Abdullahi, former Governor of Sokoto State, Arewa Mako, former Deputy Governor of Plateau State, Pauline Talon, publisher of leadership newspapers, Sam Dizaya, Paul Anango, Avia Merker and Chairman Liberty Radio, Television, Tijani Ramalan and the Editor-in-Chief of Daily Trust, Dan Ali, among others. NAJ.com had earlier reported that acting President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo has fulfilled his promise to meet with leaders of the North as part of his move to reconcile the region and the Southeast. A quit notice issued by some northern youths to Igbos in the North sparked public outrage, stirring condemnation and hate speech that threatened the unity of the country.